this should help us now keep a good log of events that we can always review later. So welcome to our once a month Vecna Eve of Ruin game, uh, which uh, we have our players Kerryhlon and Deelia. Kerryhlon being our sorcerer, Deelia being our ranger, uh,
Yep.
Tabaxi ranger, and then our dragonborn sorcerer. Um, the sessions that we're running, first two are two prologues to set us up for the actual book. As I've shared with a couple other players, the book is very inconsistent in some parts of how they put things together. So this right here sets the baseline for what's happening going forward. And we did a little bit of that when we did the two shot with the equal width um, game. So some of that is already in. So that's what we're doing here. The players had met on the road. They found a young child by the name of Thorn who's lost, like her sister. They wound up going into a house in the middle of nowhere. They went through it. Some not so nice things were going on in the house. And if you guys don't mind, you guys could maybe recap that a little bit. I'm going to turn my camera off so I can finish seeing that thing right there. So.
Well, it was interesting that when we started, we were in the Neverwinter woods, I think, and then when we ended, we came out and we were in the city of Neverwinter.
Correct.
And
I remember when we came out of the house, or we're leaving the house, it had aged significantly. Time had seemed to have passed in the house.
yeah. There were we found a dog, and the kids we didn't see. We left them outside, right? So then we went into the house and we found, I don't know, a lot of different strange things, like I remember we were attacked by a suit of armor up on the second floor, and we were exploring, that's what it was, and then we encountered some kind of specter. I don't know I can't remember exactly what she was, but
there was a family, but then another woman with a child.
Right. We saw the painting of the father and the mother and the children.
Yeah.
But when the specter, there was indication by things we read and some of the information we got that this woman had had a child, and it was part of like the family, but only because she was I don't know if she was a nanny or she was the other woman that was being kept there.
That was unclear, yeah.
Yeah. And finally, I think we found the room in my notes. I'm not very thorough with my notes, but in the room, one of the rooms were bones of the children, I think. And there was a dollhouse that was a model of the house. And when we looked at that, we could tell there was something in the basement, I think. So eventually we found a secret door that went down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got down there was a place where it looked like they were worshiping and sacrificing. And I think we had to fight some undead there.
And there was something about the mother and father had started to worship them or something. I don't quite remember.
Yep. That's what it seemed like. Oh, they had been worshiping. Here's my other note, something about that. They had been worshiping Strahd, I think. But then they switched because he left a note that indicated that.
Not so nice note.
Yeah. So Um, so the children seemed to be the children that we had seen outside,
Right.
which was very strange, but they did seem to, we found their skeletons, so they weren't actually alive. And the downstairs had a statue. I think it didn't have a face and it was missing an eye and a hand.
Correct.
Yeah.
And oh, I think things began to implode a little, right? In the house, so we decided to run for the door.
Correct.
And that's what we wound up outside, and we were actually like at an old house that was in Neverwinter City versus where we had originally gone in, where it was an old, not so old house in the Neverwinter Woods.
So, being that you guys are here in town, I believe a person had approached you, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think the guards or
The guards had approached you, and they had taken you to a station there to see to your well-being and health. I just lost my screen. Where is it? Can't see myself anymore. Okay, that's fine. And they wound up introducing you to a young person. She's standing there, hands on her hips, basically asking you where you're from. You know, you said you were in that house, and one of her retainers are sitting there also taking notes. And she introduces herself as Kavori. I'm gonna throw that in the Discord right now. Oh, no, there it is. Now they had brought you some hot tea, um, some soup to try to warm you up. They've offered you some lodging so that you guys can get some rest over the night. And then, if you want to continue speaking in the morning about the rest of your ordeal, you're more than welcome to. I know you guys had earned some. I think you guys get some coin out of that house. I'm trying to remember.
We got a mirror verse that was worth 39 gold.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, there's the mirror, 39 gold. You did get some scrolls, and I gave you the names of the scrolls there. Yep. There's
is
the
that
one.
all in Discord?
Yes, it is. I'm looking at it. It's actually just a little bit up. If you go up to 330,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right above there.
I put them all in my inventory. I mean, so I wouldn't forget. You can
And you
certainly.
have the climber's tools, the slate gray liquid. Did I identify that? I don't think I did.
You did. You said it was a potion of climbing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So potion of climbing, and then there's a crystal orb. So yeah, they offer you 35 gold for the mirror if you're open to taking it.
Yeah. Unless
Um,
Deelia disagrees.
oh, I didn't turn. That's why I couldn't see myself because my camera's not on. All right. Offering you some lodging. Actually just down the street to an inn. The Brests, BREST. It's just the breast. So BREST. Let me write that in the Discord. And lodging at a small inn. And they indicate to you that this is where they kind of use it. It's a private lodging for them and their associates. So you have a bath, you have access to getting cleaned up along with the bath, food. This night they're not worried about cost. They just want to make sure you're okay because they can see you guys are went through some ordeal in that building. What would you guys be doing, or telling, let's back up. What would you guys be telling them about your ordeals?
Well, I mean, I would tell them everything we kind of saw, and you know, even though some of it seems a little unreal or irrational, it's the very. I mean, Delia is pretty familiar with this region, and she just can't get over the fact that she went in the woods. I mean, in the house in the woods, and came out in the city,
Right.
and
A little disconcerting.
yeah, she just was like, that's nothing I've ever. And she has Fae background. You know, she was raised by Fae, but even that was, just that seems just so weird to her to be in this material plane and not in the Fae world and have that happen. That just seemed like to really freak her out a little, even with all the other stuff that was going on.
And what about you, Carolyn?
Kerryhlon would tell the story pretty matter of factly, no reason to hide it, but he's definitely pausing and thinking and trying to figure out what the heck happened. How does this make any sense?
Right.
He wouldn't go to Fae, he'd just go to general magic. Um, Probably not get anywhere with that, but that's what's going through his head. What magic is doing this?
Introduces herself. Okay. So you won't worry. For the rest of the night, we're just gonna rest and clean up, correct?
Yeah.
And at some point today or tomorrow, just go ahead and mark that you sold that for 35 gold. We don't have to go through the whole process unless you're actually gonna go shop, and we can resolve that as well. It's up to you.
I already did that.
Okay, perfect. And so morning comes, you get a knock on excuse me, Carolyn. You get a knock at your door, and you hear a soft voice calling your name.
Just coming from outside the room.
Yeah, just outside the room. You're there in the breast in the inn in your room upstairs.
So he kind of is laying in bed and hears it. Slowly, tentatively, kind of goes to the door and looks around, opens the door, just looks around, doesn't leave his room yet. Just
And Kambori is standing away from the door at a respectful distance and says, we have breakfast if you would like to come down.
and the voice just appeared to be her.
Say that again?
The voice was just her, as far as.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'll be down in a little bit. Yeah.
So knocking on Delia's door, same thing.
Yeah, I would say open the door a little. Oh, yes. Look out.
So waiting for you downstairs. Do you do anything special, or you just get dressed and go down?
No, I think I would just get dressed and go down.
Carolyn?
Same thing. He'd be still thinking, trying to make sense of everything, but nothing specific he would do.
Okay, so sitting at the table with a couple of the guards you had met yesterday, they have bread, cheese. They have a bowl with some fresh fish. Over here, they have some tartar sitting there. They're trying to, I guess, make you comfortable in the offering of food that they're putting there on the table. And they have tea and water, and they have what's called goat's milk, and a couple other things for you guys to partake in. The Kavori points over to another person, looks pretty similar to her, and said, "This is Delvin. He's one of the guards you met yesterday. He's my brother. And we are part of Lord Neverwinter's guard. And we sometimes do special projects, and I'd like to talk to you about it based on your experience."
Yeah, I mean, we'd definitely be glad to share whatever we can.
And I know it's been an evening, and we're dumping this on you, but based on what you've seen, the hand and eye thing is something that we've been concerned with, and we're finding cultists within the town. And they're not a very savory, they're unsavory people doing unsavory things. And we want to make sure that they're rooted out and removed from the city. And she pulls out a piece of paper, parchment, puts it on and then you see, Hail the Undying as the title. I'm going to throw that on the Discord.
This is a book they show us, you said?
Piece of parchment.
Piece of parchment, okay.
And it's, crumpled up, torn, like it was carried by someone and it may have been torn out of their hands or whatever. But that's what it says on this. It's about this big. It's not that big. And says that we'd like you to maybe do some investigating in town, do some patrols with us. We're willing to pay you. It'll start at 5 gold a week. If that's okay. I think that should cover your lodging and food.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. I want to know what the heck's going on here. This is pretty weird.
And
Yeah, I can't make any sense out of what we saw and what happened. So we need to know if there's people in town that are trying to be part of that. It was not like, it's like you say, they're unsavory. It's things that went on in that house were clearly terrible.
this is where we're confused. That house was cleared 10 days ago. We cleared it. It was empty. So you coming out of it caught us by surprise.
There
And
has to
the
be some
city?
magic involved, correct? So
yes. And I'm sorry, Caroline, what were you saying?
House in the city or the house outside of the city?
The house is in the city right now. So you guys had found the house in the woods.
Yes.
And now
Right.
you came
But
out
they're
of it.
talking about the house in the city.
Right. Yes, I'm sorry. And Tabori says that we cleared that 3 weeks ago. And to see you coming out of it, it's strange to us. And I mean, one of our more esteemed that looks over at Caroline magic users, such as yourself, said that maybe it's a gate. We're not sure. After you came out, we brought you here. We had a couple of investigators go in. They couldn't find anything but just a husk of a building. So we don't understand if maybe it was a one-way or what. And we're confused. That said,
did I look confused when I came out of there? Because I was confused.
well, we were definitely confused. And you'll forgive me, I'm not familiar with Tabaxi's facial expressions. So I couldn't tell me personally when I met you. However, the our 2 investigators didn't find anything. So we're hoping that maybe you can help us help you, and you can help yourselves by being a part of this effort.
Sure, I think it would be nice to know.
So she pulls out 2 documents, lays it out, very simple. You agree to be part of the Neverwinter Guard. They will pay you 5 gold apiece. They just expect you to communicate, turn in your reports on a more than whenever basis. Basically, you find something out, turn it into this guardhouse next door, because we're in the West now. And you can pick up your pay at the guardhouse. And then she puts 5 coins down. There's your first advance. And just follow all the laws of the city and maintain it. As far as day-to-day crime, be a good citizen, a good Samaritan, but call the watch and try to keep your profiles low, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
Don't draw too much attention to yourself if you can help it.
right.
Right.
So with that, she reaches down and there's a satchel and a weapon with this scabbard. Puts the weapon on the table and puts the a little wooden box. There we go. And hands you, let's see, Deelia. Short swords or longbows?
Longbow is what I've been
And I'm
using.
gonna back that up. Puts a bow on the table and a little box. Says to you, this is a special bow. One of our guards used to wield it. Now, to be sure, and you can see that it has nice little leaf pattern on it. It's a +1 bow for mechanical purposes.
Hmm.
And the little box pushes it towards Carolyn. If you open it, it's a ring, and it's enhances. I forget the name of it. Your sorcery +1 to attacks and +1 to your DC.
Okay.
Thank you.
There is a name of it.
Very much.
Forgive me if I'm drawing a blank right now.
I'd pick up the bow and look at it and say, oh,
Good weight,
yes, very nice quality.
good draw strength. Draw strength, excuse me. Now it's gonna bother me. What's that called? Okay. If you don't find it, Caroline, let me know and I'll help you find it.
Okay.
To bring up, then it gives you bonuses to. It's not protection. All right. I think it's in Tasha's back. Hold on. Just gonna have my Tasha's out. If you can't find it, let me know. Okay. What was that?
You mean Bloodwell Vial?
Little vial?
It's not a ring, but that does that. That has that effect. That's maybe a little weird. Maybe they wouldn't have that, but
Okay, so there's the arcane grimoire. That's for what do you call it? There's the amulet devout is for clerics. Arcane grimoire is for the wizards. Vibram of souls of flesh. I believe that's for warlocks. All right, we'll find it.
okay.
Okay, so you guys signed, correct?
Yeah.
Then she takes it, she stamps it, grabs another copy, stamps this, hands you each, and says, "These are your papers. If you ever stop by the watch or questioned, show them these documents." And then she takes your copy and seals it, and then stamps it with a different stamp that has an N and an E on it. So this one you don't have to open it, so you don't have to even give your name if you don't want to. So hand that off to you. Don't lose that, please. Okay.
See, sealed papers.
All right. What would you guys like to do after this meeting and breakfast?
Well, they mentioned they know something about some cultists, right?
Yes.
What do they know? Where are they gathering? What do they know about it?
We were able to track them down to that house, and they had a basement. We cleaned them out. There were some kind of nefarious things. There was a statue down there, which when we went into the building you were in, that you came out of, the statue's not there. Statue was missing, the left hand was missing the eye. So, and we're confused. Because when you described it, you saw that, we went to see if it was put back there, if they were trying to restart their activities or whatnot. They are very slippery and very secretive. That's what they deal with. They deal in. We've caught a couple of spies within the city's ranks, basically trying to get information about different nobles and high-level merchants and using it to extract favors, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, one of our people was caught in some scandal and he had to resign because he was profiting when he should have been over some bureaucratic deals that he was doing within his district. I do want to give you guys a map of the city. I'm going to post it there into the Discord so you have it. With the districts. Map there. So that gash that you see there called the chasm, you can actually see it here. Beautifully rendered picture that this artist was able to create. Not using AI, mind you. This chasm, and there is still steam coming from that chasm. That was part of the volcanic activity that happened years ago, basically devastated the region. And you can see there's still some ruins there. Let me bring them a little bit bigger. You can see there's still some ruins down here. This section of the city is still being worked on and rebuilt. We think they are in there. And the house that you guys were in was actually right here.
And you think they're in where?
In that district. We think
in the same district.
because it's basically condemned and we keep most people out. So what better place than to conduct illicit business than in that?
Right.
So
on the map, is that the white section? That whited out section?
Whited out section on the second map. If you go to the first map I threw up there, you see where it says the chasm. That's the name of the district.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. And then to the west of that, or left of it, is the Protectors Enclave. That's where we're based out of. So we're right on the other side of that wall, that steeple. Those buildings in there is where we're there, and we're there that close for that reason. To try to protect the figure out what's going on. And we were chartered about a year ago, because that's about when we discovered the activity. And again, a few weeks ago, we had cleared that building. It cost us a little bit, and a few of our friends are no longer with us, unfortunately.
Do you have any idea who this faceless, eyeless, handless creature is?
We excuse me, Deelia. Kavori looks over at her brother and looks back at you. We're not sure. We have some suspicions, but until we know, we're not going to say that name out loud. And the feeling you get, it's kind of like saying a certain name 3 times that they didn't want to invoke it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's kind of like their face turned a little white, and they didn't want to verbalize the name. So the
he who shall not be named.
Right. And the white lie that they gave about, they're not sure, it's just so they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Kerryhlon?
It's starting to make sense. So he's feeling a little better, actually, that there's something to bite into, a clear thing to go do. And once again,
I noticed. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm done.
I notice when they say that about they're not sure,
Mhm.
I just look at them and say, I learned in the Feywild, saying the name of a creature can actually give it strength.
True.
And that's all I say to them.
Truth. And your great wisdom. Thank you, Delia. So, if that's not all, maybe you can start tomorrow,
Um,
or do you need a couple more days?
no, tomorrow is probably all right. I look at
So,
Kerryhlon, if
Yeah.
that's all right with you.
all right.
Kerryhlon wants to get into it. He wants answers. So
Her last gift is a writ of 200 gold. You know, a piece of paper. Go get what you need supplies wise.
Oh, good.
So this will allow you to purchase things up to 200 gold. There's a provisioner not too far from here to the west towards the coast. You know, go ahead and provision yourselves as you need to. Okay. Do you need some time to do that now, or do you want to do it as we play?
As long as I've got like, I think the thing we realized is we don't really have healing. So as long as we've got some healing potions, maybe some like, what do they call that stuff? Kyo's ointment or one of those kind of things might be a nice +2.
I think you can get one of those for that price, but you can get 4 regular healing potions for the 200. I'm pretty sure that's the cost in the Players Network.
Is there anything different you might want, Carolyn?
no, I don't think so. Healing definitely makes sense. I don't know if there's anything 200 gold that would make a difference really.
Yeah, because other than a magical items, or we have the potion of, what was it, climbing,
Should I
or
climb?
scroll of climbing,
You can trade that.
and
You can trade that. That'll give you 100 gold for the scroll.
I may as well hold on to it. We should buy some healing potions or the ointment you mentioned. Okay, I mean, there's a chasm. We may need to climb in a chasm. I may need to climb. You may be able to
yeah,
climb better than me.
I can climb some, but I think it wouldn't be bad to hold on to it
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think the Kilton's ointment, I think it has a certain set of charges, but it doesn't just heal, it also removes conditions. I think poison, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it has some of those traits too. I can't remember what they are.
It says it's ceases to be poison and cured of diseases.
Yeah.
Oh, so that might be handy.
How much can you get for 200 gold? How many charges?
You can get one of those Kilton's ointments. However, it has several doses. 1 second. I think it's 1d4 plus 2 or 1, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, 1d4 plus 1. So go ahead and roll a d4.
You can roll it, Delia.
Okay, D4. 4.
So you got a 5-dose potion for 200 gold.
Nice.
There you go.
And it does a few extra things, so that'll be nice.
Take care of your poison, and it'll take care of your disease.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That works out.
You want me to add it to my inventory since I got it up here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. And I'll have it in like a little, I have this belt where I can like put my little things and just whip them out if I need them in real quick.
Excellent.
Any potion that is not in your backpack, it's a bonus action to use, and that includes the ointment. I'm going to consider that a potion. So you can
Okay.
use it as a bonus action in this game. I know 2024 is going to change that, but we'll worry about that later. But or change it to the bonus action. Excuse me. But I've always done it that way. So that way we don't have to worry about that. Also, Caroline, I don't know if you have True Strike in your cantrip repertoire. The casting cost on my game is a bonus action for True Strike. So just so
I don't have that, but good to know.
but if you ever pick it up,
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay, because there's it's weird how some of the spells are. Anyway, that aside, you guys go on your shopping trip. As you're walking to the city, it's a nice day. The sun is out. Um, overcast. People are milling about. It's midweek. Um, probably the Tuesday or Wednesday version of this. People are doing all their business, moving about. Can you guys roll perception for me?
An 18.
Okay.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Delia, with your cat eyes, you see over, as you're passing a passage between two buildings, you see two individuals in hushed tones talking. They have their hoods down. They're talking. They're having a spirited conversation, and one hands one a pouch, the other one hands the other, where they trade a pouch and some papers.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll nudge Caroline and say, those two over there just had some kind of exchange of items. They look
Which
suspicious.
two is it? He doesn't.
Say again?
Which two was? What do they look like again?
I'm posting it in the Discord.
Oh, okay. So Carolyn says the nervous one, kind of trying to point out what you're talking about.
Yes.
Well, to Delia.
Yeah.
Kerryhlon would just go over and try talking to them.
So
That's what you do.
you guys don't go down the hall, that passageway to talk to them.
Kerryhlon does. I don't know about Delia.
So when they both look at you. One stays there. The nervous one stands there and kind of puts a pouch behind him. Says, "Hi, my stand is across the street," and he points to little a little oh my gosh, a little kebab stand. It's got little pieces of meat hanging and bread there on the side. It's across the street if you're hungry.
Who were you talking to over there? What were you exchanging over there?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with you. Who are you?
He's gonna make up a name. I'm not gonna make up names.
Okay.
He's gonna make up a name, and first name that comes to mind. I don't know Dragonborn names. He makes up a name.
Okay, he makes up a name.
Yeah. And
Pete.
so he's new to the city. He's just trying to keep things above board all around here.
Okay, and he looks past you and he sees Delia. I would think not too far away, if not right behind him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he says, "Oh, I'm Alexander, but again, my station is right there. If you're hungry," and he starts to walk past you. Says, "I can make you anything you want. I got cuts of goat. I got cuts of chicken. I could even scrounge some pork if you're hungry. And I can make it. Looks at both of you, and if you don't want it fully cooked, I can do that too. And I got the best spices. Oh my gosh, they're from the east. It's a little yellow powder. It tastes wonderful."
Oh.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, so I'll walk past him and see where the other one went.
Okay, so it came out the side and ran to the left. Go ahead and roll perception when you come out. I'm going to roll and die.
26.
Okay, he's dipping in, dodging between people, but you again with those beautiful cat eyes, are able to see him. And then you see he ducks down, and then you don't see him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move down towards where I saw him a little bit, and if I still don't see him, I'm not gonna keep going.
When you get there, you see a manhole cover. It's closed.
Okay. So I'll go back to where Kerryhlon is and the other fellow, and I'll say,
While
that might be lovely to get something to eat.
while Delia is doing that, Kerryhlon, you follow this gentleman?
Which
Well, Delia went after the one that ran away.
yeah, I'm staying with the other guy. I'm trying to navigate the conversation away from meat into something more sensitive.
All right, so he comes to the other side of his cart and he says, "So what are we having? Goat right here. I have chicken right here. I grab some pork."
Do you have anything more interesting, more unusual than just some, which is sure it's wonderful, good food. Anything more unusual?
I don't think you will do rat, right? 'Cause we're not going to do rat today, right?
No rat, thank you.
Thank you. That's nice. Okay, you know what? I got it. Can you wait right here?
Sure, I can wait.
He points to the building behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And he steps in, opens the door, and closes it. Can you roll perception for me?
12.
Okay. So you hear inside someone else say, "Hey, how can I help you? Where are you going?" And that's what you hear from inside.
What is this building? Like, what
It's
does it
a,
look like?
it's a small leather working shop.
Okay. Well, then I go into Leatherworker's shop. No reason I can't.
Go to the leather, and you see that this guy with bald hair looking back towards the back door, and then he looks back at you and says, "Oh, are you with him?"
No, I by his fake name. What's it? Hold on, I had one and then I lost it.
Piotr.
What?
Your name, Piotr, but his name is Alexander. Let me throw this in the Discord.
Piotr.
Alexander.
No, I introduced myself to Leatherwork with my fake name,
Okay.
which is Moldak. Why not?
Okay, perfect.
Moldak. I'm Moldak. And who are you? What's this fine leatherworker's name?
He says his name is Yaromir.
Garamir. Hi, nice to meet you. What is do you know what this guy's doing?
I mean, is he with you? Because you came right after him, and he looks back and says, "He went out my back door."
No, he's not with me. I thought you might know what he's doing. Okay.
No, I don't know. He came in here and I went to service him, give him some service. I got some nice belts, by the way. And then he just, I don't know. He was in a hurry. Ran through the back door.
You mind maybe helping me check out what's going on with him? Can you come with me? Follow him?
Okay, hold on. He goes to the front, he throws the latch.
Yeah.
He goes to the back. Oh my gosh, he probably stole something. Oh. And he's beside himself. You can see him turn red face. Oh my gosh, Helm's fate. And he starts to walk back with you. And as he's walking, he picks up a club he has behind the counter. He opens the door and looks around. You come out with him.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for him. And he's like, "Where did he go?" If you want, you can roll perception as you come out.
18.
18. The dude went that way. And I point that way. You see him, he went to the right. And that the right is towards the direction where you guys had first saw him.
Okay. I guess I say he went that way and just follow and go after him.
He closes his door and he's following you or leading whatever, however that goes. He comes out.
I lead him at this point.
Okay. So he's walking and comes around and you see people milling about everywhere. Now, Delia, at this point, when you're coming back, you come out of that passageway and you see the cart over to your right, their left. You see Kerryhlon coming out of the that passageway in between those two buildings.
Okay. And I didn't see the other guy that
You
they're
didn't see
after.
the other guy, but you do see the guy behind him with the club and the balding hair, like, looking really red faced and bad.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go over.
Okay, so Kerryhlon, as Delia's coming over to you, can you please roll another perception check for vision?
3.
Lost him. Lost him in the crowd.
Okay, you said he was going back towards where we first saw him, so like he made a loop kind of thing.
Loop, but he didn't come back to the exact passageway that you first saw him. So he went
Okay, but okay.
So
Okay. Do I see Delia?
yes, you do. She's walking
yeah.
toward.
Okay, then I go over to Delia, telling her what just happened, and I turn to the guy behind me and say, I don't see him. Might want to report it to the guard.
And he looks around and he walks over to a city watchman who's dressed in more of a formal outfit. And he starts to explain what happened. And he points over to you guys. And this is, did somebody, he feels like somebody stole some leathers out of his, and he explains to them, while he's doing that, what are you two doing?
I'll explain to Kerryhlon that I saw him. I think he went down into the sewer system.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And which part are we in the chasm district now, or near it, or we?
No,
totally...
you're in the, I'll bring the map. I'm sorry. I'll bring it up this way. Protector Enclave.
Okay.
So.
Right.
And was it the cart guy that had the papers?
Correct. He was the one that had the paper.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so they're hiding out probably underground.
So the guard comes over and he excuses himself. Tall guy, sideburns, looking formal. Says, "Excuse me, I'd like to talk to you." And he points at Carolyn.
Yes, how can I help?
The gentleman tells me your name is Martok.
That's right.
Hey, could you tell me what happened, please?
I tell him the version where it looks like the guy stole something.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna note this. If I need to find you, where could I locate you?
I guess I tell him the tavern. What's it called again?
The breast.
Yeah, I tell him that.
And he steps back, narrows his eyes, and says, "Yes, sir." And he walks away, like almost like he recognizes you, that you have some kind of special status, and he just walks away. Okay.
I turn to Delia and say we should investigate those sewers, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to find a place to go in that's not in the middle of the street.
Yes, that makes sense. I don't know anything about the sewers here. I lived outside the city. Do you know anything?
I don't.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let me bring up. Okay. So, you guys. Okay. Okay. So, you go over to where the manhole is. That what I'm hearing correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you get there and older part of town. Not as many shops, and it's closer to the chasm. Do you lift it up and go down, or what do you do?
Yeah, shall we go in?
All right.
Okay. For purposes of gameplay, add a crowbar if you don't have one to your inventory. Let's say you have one and you would be using this to pick it up. And we know that if you use a crowbar, it gives you advantage on opening doors and different things. So go ahead and add that to your inventory, whoever wants to take it. And we'll use that to get that crowbar, to get that manhole out of there. Now, you gotta one time.
Are you stronger? You're probably stronger than I am.
My strength is 10, so I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, a little more. I'm an 8. So
Okay.
we
So
really need,
I'm not gonna worry about it here for the.
we really need a tank.
I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
we
I'll put it-
struggle to
I'll
get
put
it up, but it'll get up.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you're able to do that together and get it open. Um,
I'll add one.
say that again.
I'll add a crowbar.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't have one. I thought normally we'd get one, but maybe it depends on what kit we picked.
All right. So
Attention to those details. Maybe I should.
yeah, now I'm gonna do a combination of map descriptions and on the table stuff depending on where we are. So you might see me running around doing different things. Delia, you look down, you can see that the ground is cracked and old, and this part is dry, as if it hasn't been used in some time. So possibly because of what happened over in the chasm, this part of the quote unquote undercity sewers has been shut down.
Mhm.
And it's not being well maintained at this time.
Kerryhlon, you don't see in the dark, do you?
I'm pretty sure no.
That's strange. They don't do that for Dragonborn.
I know. So we'll need some kind of light.
I do have light, so I create a light.
Okay.
So, do you go down, Delia? There is a ladder here, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go down first and let me look around a little bit before you bring the light down in.
So down here, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Caroline. You were going to say something.
Yes, was it? Nothing. All I said was yes. That's a.
Oh, okay. I apologize. The ceilings are 10 feet high, rough hewn stone. There are rusted wall sconces that hold torches. They're not these these right here are not lit, but they could be. And then the walls are stone blocks. As I said before, this part is dry.
Okay. Sorry, I'm writing.
So 10 feet ahead of you, turns to the left, by the way, and turns to the left. Go ahead, Caroline.
Well, I was going to ask Delia, can you tell where he went?
Well, what I have a general sense from where I'm going down in as to was this the one he went in, or did he go
Yes,
one?
this is the manhole.
Oh, this is the one he went in. Okay.
Yeah, this is the manhole.
So, no, I really don't know which way he went in here once he went in. So I'll say, come on down if you want.
Kerryhlon actually did track animals when he was younger. So he might go down and try to look for tracks closely with his light.
Okay.
Where he went.
All right. So go ahead and
I can help you do that once you bring it up and be like, okay.
screen and this screen. All right, cool. And then what's this? Don't need that right now. All right, cool. I love my big monitor over here. Okay. Now, coming down, see the curves to your left.
Okay, there's only
Those
one
water
anyway.
ways. Okay. Um, so ahead of you, you can hear soft lapping of water echoing towards you. What do you guys do? You guys keep going?
Can hear water. Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Okay.
Does it smell like a sewer, or does it smell not so bad as that?
Smells like a sewer. At that point, yeah.
Yeah, it would at least be very, I would think, musty and mildewy.
Yeah.
If not,
My map just did something that I didn't. And I grab. Kill this one.
yeah, it looks like there's only one way this tunnel goes, right? So,
Here. Okay, sorry. All right, so yeah. So when you head forward, do you, I'm sorry, I'm assuming, are you guys heading forward?
yeah.
So it turns to the right. And that's where you can see there's actually torches at this point. You see them right here on this. They're lit. You come around, you can see the light, and you come around. These torches are stuck kind of at a weird angle in the mouth of two skulls.
Oh,
And
are they humanoid looking skulls?
correct.
All right.
Does it look like they do anything if you poke around in them?
They do. They're just sitting there. They're more decorative.
Yeah.
Maybe as a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Right down here.
I'm gonna suggest
Alright.
yeah, I'll put out my light. Maybe you can use your dark vision. Go see if there's anyone over there before we stumble on them.
Alright. I'll go up and look, kind of peek around that corner.
So go ahead and roll perception as you come around.
19.
You're able to see about to right there, and you can see there's a whole bunch of rubble, pieces of wood, flotsam, for lack of a better way of describing it. These are columns that are standing here, and then there's a large area of greenish, brackish water here, with roots that are sticking down into the from the upper parts of the ceiling coming down.
Okay. So I'll tell him that I don't see anyone.
All right, follows them.
So you come in
Is
again.
this the bottom right? Is that water coming in, or what is that?
This is standing water.
More to the right, the very bottom right.
This part right here.
Oh, no.
It was like a little stream way to
This
the.
right here. This way.
No.
I apologize.
If you go on the east side,
Yeah.
the bottom.
This
One square to the right.
to the right here.
Hey, there's like
Yeah,
this.
it looks like a little stream or something.
That's rubble.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and if you come over here, you can. There's a little. You can like kind of like go sideways in it. That's how thin it is. So there's a small passage right there.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be any other way unless you want to walk in the water. I don't know how deep the water is, but
I mean, like I said, there's that small passage there if you want to go that way. Let me give you a quick description. Basically it's large enough to accommodate a small creature or a medium-sized creature going through sideways.
The crack seems more likely to me, but to have something.
yeah. All right.
And
Yeah.
that-
So yeah, let's proceed through the crack, I guess.
Okay, perfect. All right. So as you proceed through the crack, okay, you're shimmying your way through, and then you feel pieces of dirt hit you on your backs and come down. You swear you heard some kind of a squeak. Maybe there's a rodent running around. But other than that, you're able to come down and then the area opens up. You see pieces of work stone and wooden pillars there. So the tunnel forks, as you can see on screen here. It forks to the southeast, and then to the west.
Okay, I'm gonna creep forward and look around to the south and see what that looks like.
So the south, you see again another batch of standing, well, not really standing water because there's a ripple coming towards you, as you can see on screen. There's a very bad foul stench coming from that. That's true sewage. There's a 3-4 foot tall burbling masses that are slinking through the muck.
What do I see down on the other way?
To the west,
Yeah.
you see a door there.
Oh. So I'll kind of just, get a little grip on Kerryhlon's arm, pull him forward and get close and just whisper like doorway straight in front of us.
He definitely heads over there. He's kind of grossed out by the sewage just a bit.
Yeah.
So as you come forward and described as a doorway, there's actually gold painted effigy there of a person standing like this, head down, arms crossed. No, what's the word? The face is blank. There's no real, it's just.
Is it similar to the one we saw
Correct.
in the house?
Right.
Is there any obvious way to open it, or is there something else?
Don't see a handle. You do see the hinges. The hinges are such that it would open this way. What you all like to do?
Well, maybe you already accounted for that, but he's looking very closely at it, see if he can find anything he can do to try to get this door open.
Go ahead and roll perception. And if you want to investigate instead, physical manipulation or using your hands to check things, you can use that instead.
7.
7. You see the seam, but you don't see anywhere where you could like a panel or a handle or anything. You can't, let me rephrase that. You cannot find it.
Right. He looks to Delia. Any ideas?
I'll do the same. I'll look at it and see if I can see anything obvious. Nope, a 9.
Nope. Like I said, you do see a seam. You do see the 2 hinges there.
Well, as gross as it is, we could go back to that green pool. I can make that with shape water, make that into ice or something to try to get through there without just complete nastiness. To look around there.
If I go and back to the pool and look like into that room, how big is that? Yeah.
It's fairly large. And you can see there's stairs over here. Now, when you look at this room, it doesn't look like it's a sewer. It looks like maybe an audience chamber, the way it's laid out with all those columns and then steps, and then on the far end, you see that pedestal like a dais on the east end. And there is a passageway over here. I'm sorry, on the west end.
Well, there's access over there to somewhere.
We could use potion of climbing and climb over it.
Here you go.
I don't know if it's
I
worth
could climb on the walls.
Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tabaxi are pretty good climbers.
Yeah.
Even without the potion of climbing.
Oh, yeah. I have
And
a 20-foot climb speed.
so you could climb across there and get to the other side if you want. Obviously, Kerryhlon would need the potion of climbing to help him. But there's that option as well. It's really up to you.
Delia, why don't you go look, and if there's something worth going, I can do that. And if
Yeah.
not, you can come back and we don't waste it.
Okay.
Okay. So, Kerryhlon, where are you going to post yourself? Are you going to just stay on this side over here? Are you going to try to crawl over to this part? Or where would you post?
Get as close as he can without getting in the pool.
Gotcha. So you're right here. All right. So,
And I'm going to go along that wall that next to where he's standing and just follow it along.
okay.
Yep.
As you do that, I would like the both of you to roll perception.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
26.
And then Kerryhlon.
13.
Okay. Kerryhlon, is enough for you to see that mass kind of moving around the water? Delia, you see a shape, an amorphous greenish yellow shape that's kind of just swimming in the water.
There is something in there. See it? I
Yeah,
point
I
at the
see it.
water.
I can't see it well. You have any idea what it is? Is it a...
I don't. I can't. I just can tell there's.
The thing looks translucent, by the way. And when it's going through the water, you can see kind of like ripples across its form.
Uh-huh.
It does what, sorry?
When it goes through the water, you can see ripples around it across its form. If you've ever seen a jellyfish, you know what I'm talking about.
How big is it?
It's humanoid size.
And how tall is the wall?
The wall is 10 feet high. So if I was to give you a measurement of the height of the wall from the top of the water, 9 feet. So the water's not as deep as it could be.
Well,
I'm gonna minor illusion some fish in the water kind of nearby, see if it responds to that.
Okay. So the thing reacts and these tendrils come out and they try to grab the fish and pull it into itself.
I'm gonna
Okay.
step back a little. Like it's got like tentacles or something.
Yeah, I saw that. Maybe come back here. Get off the wall.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe we'll go to plan C. Because how far did those tentacles look like they could reach when it reached up for the fish?
5 feet. It does not have, for purposes of mechanic, it does not have a long reach.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it couldn't try to get you in the wall. But that doesn't.
Oh yeah, it doesn't mean it can't jump out of the water or something, but okay. Well, the door still seems like the best option.
yeah.
So we're
I
gonna-
don't know who would like give a speech in this stinky room, but
Not now.
let's go back to the door.
We could wait until someone comes out, just kind of hang over in this little corner, and by the pool, like in the throat between the door and the pool.
Looking at the door, you don't think it's been open for some time.
Okay.
It's dirty and even though it's painted a gold color, It doesn't look like the hinges have been moved in some time.
Well, Delia, you said the guy came in here, right?
He did.
Had to have gone
So
somewhere.
he went somewhere. That's right. If he didn't come this way, he maybe had to have gone. Well, he would either have gone in the room, either room with the water, this room or the previous room that had water.
Mm-hmm. We go back to the other room, check out the water.
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay, so crawl back. And for the purposes of time, we'll say an hour's passed. Fair?
Okay.
So we're here. You come back to the crawl space again, rocks and dirt and stuff. And by this time, you probably need a bath. You know, with everything going on. And as I described, so you have this this waterway here. There is some flotsam and boards, roots and vines all throughout this room.
Seems like this room must flood or something if it's got this debris in it.
Mm-hmm. The water's not flowing now, it's just sitting still, right?
Correct. This right here is just sitting still. I mean, every once in a while, a piece of rock or dirt will fall and you'll see a ripple, but other than that, it's undisturbed.
Well, we can either check this out or we wait for someone to come by.
Um,
I have shaped water. We can and kind of make a path through this water so it's not too deep.
You know, why don't you guys roll some insight real quick? See if we can get some inspiration.
yeah.
19.
A 17.
Both of you suddenly look at the boards and you see that you could probably tie them together using those vines and make a sort of raft and just push yourself through.
Well, then let's do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so it
Let's
takes you a
try
few
that.
minutes. Doesn't take much to put it together, and you're able to get on there and start it. You're going to be moving at 20 feet in a direction of your choice. So that's your movement speed on this raft. Back to this detail. There it is. Okay. And coming through and looking at it, when you take the board, you're guesstimating it's about 3 or 4 feet down. Push with the okay. Now I'm gonna say this. When you get to about here, roll perception.
13.
Okay.
The same, 13.
Okay. So, let me do this. So there's a door over there, passageway there. You get to about here and the water erupts. I'll be right back. Per the situation, your initiative is at a disadvantage. I'll be right back.
Awesome. Ooh. How do we?
If you right click on the initiative block,
Yeah, you can do it there.
yeah, it'll come up with menus.
Didn't seem to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
mine did it.
Oh, well, now okay. Well, it's bad.
what was that?
Oh, you got two low numbers.
Yes. 7.
Like I had told the previous party, you know, I can always roll a nat 1, so that happens.
Well, why does yours say you rolled a 7 and a 5 and you get a +2 and it came out as, oh, because it took the 5. Okay, I get it. Sorry, my brain wasn't working. D&D Beyond's been kind of wonky lately, so
Well, you know, we had that terrible outage.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. Weird how that happened.
Well, I don't quite understand how one company, I mean, that's a problem when one company can impact that many industries.
Well,
Yep.
if Microsoft does an update on their networking software, it practically affects the whole world. So that's probably what that is that patch, whatever it was, had some code that was nefarious or faulty, and it just brought down everything.
Well, you'd think they do a rolling.
Say that again?
I think they do a rolling release then, so you can kind of catch.
Yeah, you know,
You know.
if they would stop, if executives would stop trying to control everything and let the experts do stuff, you know, I'm just, of course, that's my personal opinion. All right, so we got this. Then I need, where's Carolyn? Uh-oh. All right, give me a second. Gotta find my Dragonborn. It was there. Sorry about that. I usually put your guys' miniatures in a little box. And for some reason, my Vecna box is empty.
Uh-oh.
So
Vecna stole him.
say that again?
Vecna stole him.
Yeah, he did, the jerk. Okay, so
I
there's
heard that about him.
so now I have the bread in there. Where's the butter in?
It's like paddle backwards, paddle backwards.
What was that?
I said we're saying to each other, paddle backwards, paddle
Yeah,
backwards.
back.
So you said it kind of burst out of the water? Was that right under us or what?
It burst out of the water next to you.
Oh, okay.
Next to you. Not, it didn't think to try to knock you off. I wish I would have thought of that at first.
I'm glad you didn't.
That would have been lovely, right?
Yeah.
So we will use this for now. Or the tabaxi. Okay, we'll do that. So I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna find my characters wherever they dropped, because this is not cool. Okay. Almost there, guys. Thank you for your patience.
I'm just gives me time to sit and think about what I want to do or try to do.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, that'll work. So there we are. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on some cameras. Okay, I got these. So, like I said, where they went, I don't know. Know what I was doing. Maybe it was because I ran Vecna last Wednesday. I have the characters you can do for box, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's see. This. Stop share. Change camera. One. background. One. Camera 2. That's decent. And then the next there it is. Okay. Do you guys mind if I use this?
No,
In fact, I'm gonna raise it a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so
What is that thing?
this is
I
a
don't know.
large creature shape. Basically, it's, how do I describe it? Well, it's a water weird. It's a type of water elemental. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my hand right here?
Part of it, like the upper part of it.
Right there? Okay, good. All right. So now we do initiative.
So, which way was the way we were going?
I'm sorry. You guys were traveling towards the camera this way.
Okay.
So to the north is some land that we know.
So you would be traveling south.
Yes.
So you're traveling south.
Yeah. So we came in off the kind of north
Yeah, I can bring in
west.
the so on the, it's kind of off. Let me show you. Let me share this. Where's the share screen? So I'm here. This is where you guys are right here. You see my,
Okay. Yep.
so I know that's not true north, but we'll use that direction.
Right. Right.
Going that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's a little better. All right. So with that said, what did you get, Delia?
I got a 13.
Okay, and then Kerryhlon?
7.
Okay, so I need to complete my attack. All right, so I'm gonna roll. Okay, so it has a 10-foot reach. It is, I rolled a 17 to hit Delia. Is that enough?
No.
Okay, so its arm shoots out to try to pull you into it, and you're able to avoid it, possibly with a matrix move.
Yeah.
It totally,
Yeah.
and it totally misses. It is your turn, Delia.
All right. So, how close is it to me? Like,
It's in engaged range with you.
so it's within 5 feet.
Correct.
Okay. I guess I will try to stick it with my short sword then.
Go for it.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, gee. A 6.
6 to hit. That, unfortunately, that misses.
Yeah.
You
I'm
want to
sure.
use a bonus action for an offhand attack? Maybe pull your dagger and try to stab it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I have daggers. Oh, it's I think 23.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. for 3 points of damage.
Okay, damage is damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that was.
Does it look like it actually damaged it?
Yes, your blade cuts through it and you can feel the pressure of going through it. So the thing has a physical form, although it's translucent. So again, sort of like jellyfish.
Uh-huh.
All right. And that was Delia. Are you going to move or are you going to stay there?
I think I'm gonna stay here for now.
So I want to note something. Is this the right camera? No, that's not. Oh, look, my little box is there. Okay. So there is a space between you and it, Carolyn, right here. You have a 5-foot space there. There's no space here. Okay? Just want to note that. So you understand that you are ranged at this point, Carolyn.
I am what? Sorry.
You're at ranged. You're
Okay.
not engaged with the creature.
Right. Okay. I'll cast Chaos Bolt at it, I guess.
All right, awesome.
A 10 to hit because I got the other +1.
So 11. Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Okay.
Any bonus action you wanted to use, or
No, I'll back away a little bit if I can, though.
okay, so you get back another 5 feet on that raft.
Yeah.
All right, so that happened, and then now the creature's going to try again to grab Delia. And I rolled a 3. That is a miss. It's continuing. Red.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. It is your turn again, Delia.
Okay, I guess I will attack it again with my short sword.
Okay.
10 and misses. Keeps rolling like right off my good numbers. So
I didn't hear you.
it was a 10, so I know it misses.
Yes. Attack.
I said it keeps rolling off the high numbers. Well, that one was a 15 with the dagger. All right. For 5 points of damage this time.
5 points of damage, right? Damage is damage.
Yep.
All right, I will note it.
Oh, I forgot I have that dread ambusher on this character too.
But I think it had attacked you first last time, right? So that negates that on the first round. Is that correct? If I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think. Let me just see what that says, because it says.
But you do have the favorite foe ability, don't you? Or is that a higher level?
No, I do. It says if you take attack on that turn, yeah. So it's after the. It's only on the first turn, and I didn't hit. So okay. All right, favored foe. For another 2 damage.
Okay. I will add that. Okay. All right. Back to Carolyn.
Could I try to shape water underneath it to kind of get it out of the water, to move that out of the way?
You know what? Roll insight. I might be able to give you some more information.
Okay. 17.
This creature is made of water.
Can I shape water on it to restrict it in some way?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, shape water doesn't actually do that. Should I roll an attack roll then, or how should I handle
It's
that?
going to have a save versus your DC.
Okay.
Let's say Constitution. What do you think? Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
Sweet.
So describe for me what you're going to do with that.
So I'm trying to shape water. I'm kind of, put it into a box, kind of compress it down so it can't move out of the way of an attack or make an attack well. So disadvantage on something is what I was shooting for. for the next turn or two.
Well, what does shape water do exactly?
Well, it does a bunch of different things, but
You know what? I'll read it with you. So that
you
way,
it can instantaneously move or change the flow of water, cause water to form simple shapes, change its opacity, or freeze the water, or unfreeze it.
well,
I'm trying to make it a box, was what I was.
you're smart enough that if you want to freeze it, it probably will be restrained.
Okay. Then that's what the kind of thing I'm going for, yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
it
it can't
failed.
attack.
What was that?
And then it couldn't attack, right?
Oh, it's frozen.
Yeah,
So
Right.
I'm going to change the figure to show that you know how ice does what it does, and it is compressed. And guess what I found?
Nice.
I found the toboggan.
Since he's a wild magic sorcerer, maybe he was going for the box and then accidentally froze it. It wasn't even intentional.
There you go. That makes sense. Yeah. So you surprise yourself with the result, and in front of you, the air around you, can't remember your character's name already. It's
Delia?
Delia, the air in front of you is now cold. And you can see your breath.
Oh. I'll look over at Kerryhlon like, ah, brilliant.
He looks a little bit stunned, like, huh, look at that.
So we could do this one of two ways. You can wail on it because it's going to stay frozen. You can leave it there because effectively we could be out of initiative. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
Well, we have to come back this way, so
Right.
how long does this spell last?
1 hour is the normal way.
Oh wow. Do you want to just try to kill it or so it won't bother us again?
Yeah, I'd rather do that. I don't want to get surprised when we're running away from somebody else.
Okay. So I will guess I will. I'm gonna like attack it. And with my
You're going to be at advantage on all your
okay.
attacks.
Okay. So advantage. So a 14.
14. Okay. 14 hits.
Oh, phew.
And it is going to be, I think, restrained. Does that give critical hits?
I don't know.
Because it is restrained. It's restrained and incapacitated. Restrained and incapacitated. There are the two conditions. Restrained says 0 attacks have disadvantage, creatures have disadvantage. Incapacitated can't take actions. Yep, nope, they're regular. But go ahead and roll damage.
All right, 7.
7, okay. And you
And
said,
then
Me? Sorry?
yes. Delia, are you going to go offhand as well?
yeah, I might as well. That time it was a dirty 20.
30-20, okay.
And it'll do 4 damage.
4 damage. Got it. And then, Kerryhlon, you're at advantage for any range attacks you want to use.
I'll use Ray of Frost then.
All right. Keeping it frozen.
22.
22, yeah. Go ahead.
And then, only 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. Now, you says this lasts for how long? The frozen effect?
Shape water, freezing water lasts for an hour.
Okay, so we could say that we could go through the motions, and I think that's not a good use of our time. That you guys are eventually going to destroy this with it being frozen. So the creature, you guys shatter it with your attacks, and it's just pieces of ice floating in the water, and you've effectively defeated it.
Nice.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
would like the both of you to roll perception as a true or false.
17 for me.
Okay.
13 for me.
Okay. Good. Underneath where the ice is floating, you can see there's a couple of skeletons lying there with some items that are in the quote unquote muck.
Can we see what the items are?
You can see there's could be a leather bag there, another a black bag along with it, and they're on these bodies, and the people they have their hands up, on their throat, and I guess you could say they drowned down there, and
Yeah.
the water's about 3 or 4 feet deep, as I had said.
Well, I can use shape water to move that out of the way up to 5 feet, so
Okay, all
you
right,
can just still get it.
all
I
right.
think.
You guys jump down.
Yeah, after getting the water out of the way, yeah.
Okay, so you jump down, grab the things, and come back up on the rafts. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change the camera back to me, and then I'm going to write in the Discord what it is that you guys find.
That shape water was actually quite handy.
Shape water is kicking some butt. It's
Hmm.
I almost just attacked it again, but it was like, well, this will be more interesting. I don't know if it'll work, but
Oh,
so,
that was a great idea.
yeah.
Oops. Write English. Oh, that's a wrong word there. 1 second. There you go. Write English. Okay, there you go. You guys got all
Right.
that in
So
Discord?
Sorry.
gemstones.
Is rough wool padding supposed to be something? I don't know how that would be useful. Is it just something I don't know about it? Rough wool padding?
Um, hold on. So the gemstone is sitting in that rough wool padding.
Oh, it's just meant to be something around the padding. Okay, the gemstone. Okay.
Um, and then wax sealed scroll and 2 vials might be handy.
Yeah.
Can we make any hide nor tail of whatever was on the parchment?
The parchment that's out of the scroll is soaked and basically ruined and stained.
Okay, so we can't really make
that
out
does-
anything on it.
Right. That doesn't mean that magically later on you couldn't try to decipher them.
Okay.
Oh,
But
I want to, you know what, there is a detail, and I'm sorry. The parchment itself has a seal.
oh,
So you don't see any writing on the outside. You guess because of the staining that the inside, the writing itself is going to be harder to decipher, but it's still sealed. It has a little wax seal
Yeah.
on any.
so it looks like ours.
Correct.
Um, uh, well, we may have discovered what happened to someone who's been missing for a while.
Yeah. The two vials, do we have any idea what they are?
I'll give you the. I'm just going to give you what these are.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You have the satchel with the inner bag, the black bag. Still have the scroll. Yeah. And then the gemstone.
The wax sealed scroll, does that seal mean anything to us?
It's just sealed with wax.
Just
So,
held closed? Okay.
yes, it's closed.
We open it up, then does it?
Yeah, you open it up. Okay. Um, that would be hilarious if that's the result. Kidding. Okay. Um, so right away, when you open it, pull it out, you recognize it, Mr. Kerryhlon.
Okay. Recognize it as. Oh.
Ooh, that's a good one. You take the scroll and I'll take the potions.
That sounds good to me.
And how many blue gemstones are there?
One.
One. Okay, we should stick that in one of our bags.
Now the stone's very pretty, and it has its own inner light. You can see kind of a soft glow within it.
Oh, maybe this is magical.
Hmm.
I'll hand it to you.
We could ask. What's her name?
Yeah.
Worry about it?
Somebody here in this city ought to be able to help us ID it.
Certainly. Are you going to add that to your inventory?
Um,
Or
yeah, I can.
okay.
I'll just write in mysterious blue gemstone.
That'll work.
Do you guys mind if we take a potty break?
Sure.
Nope, that'd be good.
I appreciate it. I'll see you guys. I'm going to pause the recording. I'll see you all in a few minutes.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back. And I'm going to turn back the map on. We have defeated this creature, this water creature who's now just floating in pieces of ice in the water. We've gathered some items. The items that we got was a bright blue gemstone, a leather satchel or bag. Within it was another black bag who's not really wet for some reason. The wool padding had in the leather bag outside of the the bag had the blue gemstone in it. We found that scroll bag in our scorcher, and then the ruin wrench, and then the parchment that's sealed, although you could see it stained, did have the NE on the outside of it. And then we found 2 potions, one of antitoxin and one of healing.
And you said the leather black bag seemed to be waterproof.
Seemed to be resisting water. That's the phrase I was looking for. I apologize.
Yeah.
Was that the gemstone inside that dry bag, or
The gemstone was in the wool. The
so
rough,
there's a totally separate other leather bag within the larger leather bag that seems dry? Okay.
correct.
Excuse me. Yeah, so we should make a note then that we have this water resistant
Yeah.
black bag, I think.
And it feels like
Do you want me to do that?
Sure, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay. Uh,
so. I presume you guys would travel through. Yes. Continuing.
yeah.
You travel through, and you come into this landing here. You're able to park the raft, the little skiff that you created here, and then come down these stairs. It opens up into a larger area, and within the area, you can see there's 4 exits. The one that you are entering, southeast, southwest, and northwest. In the middle, you come around and look, you can see a translucent form floating there. But where its head should be is a floating orb.
What the
Hmm.
heck?
An orb?
Correct. So there's glossy urns, cinerary boxes that are lining the walls of that vaulted rotunda. And then you see the figure, which the figure, by the way, is clad what looks like used to be plate armor.
Um,
Please go in.
so this figure, it's over that drainage area,
Correct.
and it's describe it again. It's translucent.
It's translucent, wearing plate armor. It is a female figure based on its form. It's floating like this and has a blue orb where its head should be.
Does it look like it's alive in some way?
It's just floating there. It's you can see through it.
It has plate armor. You said plate armor.
Now the plate is also translucent. It's not metal.
Yeah.
The whole figure is translucent.
Okay. Oh. Orbs. I guess we have to go in.
I guess so.
I'm wary of the orb. Let's go. Just stick to our. You want to go? Just go to our right and kind of go to that other exit.
Up here, these stairs here.
Yeah.
So as you're coming this way, the figure looks at you guys and reaches out and says, "I beseech you, I'm lost."
Uh-oh. Who are you?
and you see it moving around, and you would think that if it had a head, you could see its eyes looking side to side. I don't know. I'm lost.
What the heck?
Who are you?
My name. That is what I need. Please. What is my name?
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell it it's Moldak. That's what that.
Waldak. It, that doesn't sound right. And it starts to get, a little bit agitated.
We don't know your name either. If I look at the walls, is there anything like to indicate any? Is there any? Does anything make it look like, this was a shrine, or was there any?
It doesn't look like a shrine. It does. There are scenery objects in here, glossy urns along the walls.
Urns?
Yeah, urns, and you can see some of them are right here broken.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple over here.
I'll look at the broken pieces and see if there's any like kind of writing or symbols or.
So after about 10 minutes of searching and looking at things, and the figure is just going around, and every once in a while will say, "My name, please, my name," and you don't find any identifying marks on these urns.
Okay.
Just move on.
Yeah, we'll probably have to come back at
Yeah.
some point if we
We're
can
going up here, correct?
help her. Yeah.
Just get mad if we just leave.
Well, we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
So as you leave, the creature goes, you can hear an audible sigh as you come up those stairs. And again, and I'm sorry, I didn't describe, there were torches on this side over here. You can see torchlight here and torchlight here.
Yeah.
Up here, you see torchlight kind of fading into the area down here. And excuse me a second. Okay. As you come up, I'm sorry, you guys keep going up this way, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As you come up and you get to the stair, please both of you roll a dexterity saves.
Sorry, what was that?
Dexterity saves.
15.
15, okay.
Roll. Okay. I'm getting an error.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
D&D Beyond again?
Yeah. Let's try again. Do it this way doesn't work. Okay, 12 plus 2 is 14.
Okay, 14. So both of you hear the click, step back, and you see spear points come straight out and then go right back in. Right when you get up here. So it came out from this northern wall and the southern wall.
Ooh.
Did we step on something or?
Yes, you stepped on a panel, a small stone panel that went down and then came back up as you stepped back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll point to it, say, don't step there.
Yes. Indeed. Carefully step over it.
So step over it. The smell of old parchment fills that tomb. Bookshelves carrying various tomes and scholarly implements stand against the walls. At the center is a stone gold-painted sarcophagus, the sides of which bear a beautiful relief carving of two humanoid women exploring a forest together.
All right. So I'm gonna first kind of look and see if I can see any more traps, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. For it.
What's that?
Go ahead. Yes.
15 perception.
15. Okay. There are no traps in this room.
Okay, but so where is you said it was it on the sarcophagus or on the wall, the image of the women?
Let's see, the sides of which the sarcophagus on the sides, a
Uh-huh.
beautiful carving of two humanoid women exploring a forest together.
Huh.
What happens if I try to open the sarcophagus?
You try, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come over and you try to pry it open, sealed. You have your crowbar.
Yeah, I'll take it out of my pack and hand it to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Try to open it.
Yeah, at advantage. And we're using, I think, strength. Yeah.
It's just a strength check with advantage.
Upping it open.
Oh. 3.
Pretty tight. Yeah, I'm gonna describe a couple of things again. Bookshelves carrying various tomes of scholarly implements stand against the walls.
Well, I guess investigate that. Since you're mentioning it.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
All right.
While he's doing that, I'm sorry, Caroline. What are you doing, Deelia?
Well, I'll look at other things in there, whatever else might be. You said it. What is that on the north side?
The north side over here.
Yeah.
It's a knocked over statue of a armored figure.
Oh. Does any of this look familiar? Would I kind of
This
understand anything?
armored figure looks a little bit like that translucent person.
Oh, I'm gonna go look at that closer and see if I can.
While you're over there, Caroline, what was your result, please?
A 16.
Okay, so I'm gonna post in the Discord. You find several things.
God.
It's okay. It's just extra music. Yeah, that's what you find.
Oh,
Okay.
Over there, Delia, you're over there. You see inscribed on the side. You see inscribed on the side of the fallen statue.
Chanel.
And what was your perception check? Or was it an investigation you did that Delia? Or did you do anything? I don't think you did.
I did a perception of 15.
Okay. On the ground, off of a broken chain. And I'll lock it. So the chain is there, but lock it and chain are both there, but the locket is broken off of that chain, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, so I am going to go over to the door. I'll say to Carolyn, this might be her name, Chanel,
Worth it.
or Chanel number 5. So she's so
That's awesome.
That's what the
So-
incense is for, right?
Yeah.
so I'm going to go down and try to say her name to her.
So you come back down the stairs to where the lady's,
Yeah.
she comes back to you. She says, "Oh, my name.
Are you Chanel?
Yes. But," and you know, the figure's moving around. "What's the rest of my name?"
Oh, great. I need the whole name. Number 5.
And says, "No, I'm older than that." And then says, "I don't understand. People come through here and they don't help me with my name. You're the
I'm
first to do it."
trying. I'm trying.
And there's
Oh,
these things that are walking around mindless and groaning with these strange sounds.
uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
How many of these mindless things?
There's several.
Where do they come from?
They're more than my number 5.
More than your number 5? Okay. Where do they come from? Do they come from a certain place, or?
Down and towards the bottom catacombs, they point
Either-
towards.
Oh. Well, did you look through the tomes? Maybe there's something in the tomes that actually tell us more.
So when you go over to the tomes, or do you go back? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll go back. Well, I'll say to her, we'll come back. We're trying to find your whole name.
Okay, so, and you guys noted the stuff that you got there, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead. If you need to add them to your sheet, your character sheet, please do. Okay, on the shelf with the history of Neverwinter. Also, next to that, the journal. The life story of a night of Neverwinter. Entry at the end indicating she fought well and died honorably in battle. Also, which has arcane writing on its cover, and they lock it, keeping it. Okay.
If I look through the history of Neverwinter, am I seeing any images of like a female soldier?
Yes, you see drawings. It's gilded. The in that book of the history, there's actually what are they called? Prayers to Tyr within it. So in looking at it, yes, it's a journal, but it's also a personal prayer book for a knight of Tyr. And then the handwriting in the most of the book, prayer book and journal does not match that last entry. It's a different handwriting.
Does the second one have a last name in it anywhere?
The second one does not, unfortunately. It's been marked out.
But wait, so it did, but it's been removed in some way?
It's been marked out. And somebody took some black ink and just that name
Smeared it over so you can't read it.
and it's
Interesting.
splotched.
When there's a locket keeping, do you mean a lock or a locket?
The lock. Well, yeah, it is a lock. I'm sorry. I said
Okay.
lock. You're right. That description is on. Thank you. It's kind of like over.
Delia, could you pick that lock? Are you able to do that?
Let me see. I have thieves' tools. I could try.
So it's similar to that.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
On my favorite book.
Yeah, I can try to. I'll take out my little thieves' tools and fiddle around with it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Oh, an 8.
8. Unfortunately, your skill's not at that point where you can open it.
No. Can't seem to get it. Sorry. Dang. Let's see. Nothing else in here that has her name. Her full name.
Can I make anything of the arcane writing?
You know that it is a magical nature, a caster of some sort.
Yeah, sure. Nothing specific.
Correct.
Um. Well, maybe if we can get this sarcophagus open, we could find more information.
True. I could use shatter on it. Might draw some people to us.
Um,
Might not be a good idea, but
um, well, I'll take the crowbar and see if I can't pry
yeah.
it off first before we make too much noise. Especially if there's brainless, groaning creatures walking around.
Yep.
What was it we rolled for that?
Or what is it?
To try to open the sarcophagus again with a
It was crowbar strength check.
strength check. Oh yeah, I'm not really good at those, but I do it with advantage with the crowbar, right?
Correct.
Just jump on the
Alright.
crowbar. That'll work.
Yeah, I'll try. Oh, nothing too good there. Rolled a 5 and a 6. My die have crapped out.
Strength at that
Our
point.
Yeah.
crowbar might be a little messed up. We got a bad crowbar.
Yeah.
Uh,
I look at the end of it like, what is wrong with this thing? I put it back in my backpack. I'm like, just doesn't want to work, does it? Oh, well, let's see. What else can we do? I hate to use anything too intense like shatter. Shatter's kind of.
Could I use earthen grasp to try to pull the top off?
sure, let's do that.
It wouldn't make so much noise.
So I'm going to roll. It has to have a save at some point.
Sure.
What is your DC?
It's 13 plus 1, so 14.
14. So I rolled a 12. So you're
Okay.
going to move the lid some,
Yeah.
and you can use the crowbar to do that. It took some effort to do that, so you're a little tired. You're not exhausted, you're a little tired.
Okay.
And the inside is a woman in a gown, covered with a veil over her head. You can see it's a skeletal form at this point. Hands are like this. You see the remains of a flower on her chest. She has a ring on, necklace, beautiful earrings hanging now, kind of inside. They're no longer, because the ears aren't there anymore. The hair is still there, hasn't completely rotted away. And the next to her is a small satchel, right hand side. On the left hand side is a staff up, laying right underneath her left arm.
Oh. Not sure this is our warrior, but
The translucent figure, did it have any bones in it, or there were no bones?
Did not. Now, this person that's laying here, it's
Yeah.
not staff, satchel,
Yeah.
no metal armor.
Right. I'm just making sure.
yeah, this maybe is the person who owned that book.
Yeah.
So, do you want to reach in the little pouch and see maybe the key to the book's in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I need you to make a wisdom save. Kerryhlon.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay, we'll do it manually. 8. 7 plus 1, 8.
You stiffen. As you reach in, you just stop. You are effectively held, like held portion. Delia, you see him stiffen and just stop.
Uh-oh. If I go over and like kind of shake him,
Takes
will
you,
that get him out of it?
takes you a few moments, and you come out of it, Kerryhlon, and it's like, what just happened?
Okay.
I know you reached in there and then suddenly you like were like a statue.
Yeah. Clearly that's enchanted somehow. Could you poke at it with a stick and try to like turn it inside out? Something like that? From a distance? Is it just it was just when I touched it, right?
Yeah, as soon as you touch the bag,
Okay, can I take like, do I have mage hand? I don't think I do. No. Could I take like a dagger and kind of like take the tip and lift it up and
so
take it out?
when you go to lift it up, I need you to make a con save.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
So touching it is one thing, trying to take it out is something else.
A 19.
19. Okay. You see that puff of green smoke come out, and your face moves away, and then it just settles, and you see a little stain on the outside of the sarcophagus.
Ooh, that was close.
We got to get this open now, though.
I look at the figure in the sarcophagus and say, I just want to know the poor woman's full name.
So, what do you guys do?
Did it?
The bag's hanging like right there on your sword.
All right, so I'm gonna set it down with take 2 daggers and kind of pry it open.
Okay, and the key falls out.
Oh,
And if you forgive me, I need to do some image manipulation real quick.
Sure.
This was totally random. I came up with my random generator, and I'm gonna give it justice. That's it. Oh no, there it is.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
So yes, you're able to open it. and it does have arcane writing. And it's written in an old form of Esproar, which is old common for what is it called? Faerun, Faerun. And it is actually a spell book. Absolutely. And you know what? I'm gonna save you guys the time. Let's go here. I'll just start typing. Save us time. It's precious. So this is and the name inside the book, Malaki.
How do you spell that?
Spelled pretty right.
Okay.
Darn. 1 second. Too many windows open. I'm looking at a computer that I want to get this coming week. It I don't know, we'll see. I can pull it off, but it's a monster. I'm probably gonna put a desktop down here. Here, I'll write the name after. I got the spells that I can throw in here. Come on. There we go. That one. Almost there, guys. Here's the list. Oops. Oh, didn't take. List. I can close this. I can close
Ooh.
this.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, Acalia, excuse me. And then copy. And this is the name in the book here. The last name is Elvish. Now, what I do, Kerryhlon, I know you're a sorcerer. If you have a spell book, you want to cast a spell in a spell book, you can. It effectively, that page becomes a scroll that is used up in the casting.
So I got about 15 scroll, 20 scrolls now, functionally.
Functionally, yes.
Okay.
Unless,
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
unless you decide to sell it with, which that's a pretty expensive piece of parchment.
True. I don't know though. I mean, that might be better just to have the spells.
You can tear the pages, roll them up, put them in. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
however you want to carry. It's probably better just in the book.
Did I look closely at the locket that I'm still trying to figure out if there's some symbol or something that might help me see what her last name is.
So the locket that's broken off of the chain, you open
Yeah.
it and you see a carved image of an elf woman.
Is she in armor or is she got a staff?
She's got a staff. More than likely, it's Macaudia.
Yeah. Um,
Now, there's still other rooms in the complex, so don't frustrate yourself in here.
yeah. All right. Well, we got to look elsewhere probably to get her name somewhere. They've managed to like scribble it out of the book.
Right. So the bag that you that the key fell out of within
Yeah.
it is a more components, spell components. Let's see. Not sure that I have. There is ink, quill. I'm gonna write this in the bag that was in the Macaudia's satchel. Oh, Macaudia's crypt. The key to the spell book, the spell components in its own pouch. And what else did I say was in there? Ink, quill, sealed ink, bottle, quill, extra parchment.
Caroline, did you get that protect from good and evil scroll?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good.
I just added some information. I'm gonna pin this. I'm gonna pin some stuff so that way it gets lost. You can find. Okay. All right. Let's go. Oh, where is it? And I lost the image. I'm sorry. I'll bring the map back up. All right. All right. So where to next, folks?
All right. So go back down, I guess, to the room with the poor suffering woman.
And you come down to the room, and she says to you that she was my best friend.
Makaya Citadel was
Yeah.
Thing's best friend?
It's what Chanel number 5's best friend.
Yes, she was number 5's best friend.
So
Do you know what happened to Makaya?
She fell. And then just silence.
Guess we keep
well,
looking.
we're still trying to find your last name. So
Thank you for your kindness.
Do you want to go like southwest or southeast?
There's this passage. This is where you came from. This is where you found the mage. This is this passage, and then this passage here.
Are those the southeast stairs going up or down?
These are going up.
Okay.
These went up. These came down, obviously, and this one just goes straight.
You want to go the upstairs, up the stairs?
Sure.
Well, I'll try to check for any possible traps first, I guess.
Probably a good idea.
Nope, an 8.
Okay,
Oh,
so
looks safe to me. I don't see anything, do you?
I don't see anything. He doesn't really look that hard.
all right.
But after our experience with the last one, when we get to the top, I'm gonna look really carefully.
Well, wouldn't you know it? When you get to the
Kerryhlon went there too.
water, deck save. The strap is.
Both of us or
We'll just say
Delia?
Delia.
Wow.
12?
Yeah.
Oh, oh. Okay, hold on. Missed it by 1.
Ah,
All right. So, however, you are able to move. You take 3 points of piercing as it slashes across your arm, and you go back, and again, and it closes. And there's that step.
Well, that's what I mean. I checked for that, but
Well, no. But you rolled.
yeah.
You missed.
yeah,
You could have sworn you looked right there, and
It was hidden with some dirt and dust.
oh yeah, okay.
Fine.
that's it.
All right. So stepping over that step.
Yeah, and go.
Come over here.
Another one.
Oh,
Um,
Well, that's good.
yeah. We'll look and see. Is there anything interesting to look at in here other than the sarcophagus?
Yeah.
so this one. So this one, a stone gold-plated sarcophagus, like unrest in the middle. The sides bear a relief depicting this a woman gazing over a field in a city. The city looks familiar, Neverwinter. And the lid has a very distinguishable family crest carved into it. And old weapons and decorated armor line the walls of this room.
Oh, maybe this is her resting place. Maybe.
Yeah. Anything that would have writing? I mean, we're looking for a name, right? So.
So, let's do
Any etching on the weapons or?
history for Deelia because you're from Neverwinter.
History. 11.
This is the whole winter family crest.
Oh, the Hall Winters.
Yes, and is actually miscarved because of the way they do it. It's turned, so it looks like an N when it's actually an H. I'm sorry. It's an H. It's just turned the wrong way. That's on purpose. So, whole winter.
Oh. So I'm gonna go back out to the other room and say to the woman, "Are you Chanel Allwinter?"
Her face appears, and she smiles, and it's a beautiful human woman, and she floats towards you and puts her hands on her shoulders. She goes, "Thank you." She passes through you towards her crypt. And I don't know if Caribbean had come out as well or stayed in there, but either way, whether you're inside or there, you can see the figure also go into the room. And do you follow Delia?
Yeah.
hovering over a sword, it floats down into you with the short sword.
Oh,
Jesus,
I'll
thank you.
take it.
And I will write in the. What it is.
Dancing sword. Dancing sword.
So the way it works is you put it out there, and it has it attacks on its own. You can look it up. It's pretty cool. Basically, it gives you another attack.
Dancing short sword. That says use a bonus action to toss in the air, speak the command word, sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. Sword uses your attack roll and ability score. While it hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 50 feet to another spot within 30 feet. As part of the same bonus action, cause the sword to attack one creature. For the 4th time, it flies up and tries to return to your hand or falls to your feet.
I just posted the command words.
Chanel number 5. And then it pops up.
Okay. Fixing things here. Okay. All right. So from there, you're in this room. Got it.
Yeah. Now, is the armor and the orb and everything all gone?
Yeah, she's gone. Now, remember, she was translucent, including the armor that she was wearing. So that was basically part of her outfit. And she disappears after the sword. She actually falls back onto the sarcophagus and then lays down like this and disappears into that sarcophagus.
Nice.
Okay. Huh.
All right.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it helped us that much at the end of the day, but what is this? I guess we can go further in.
So we're going to continue.
Yeah.
Okay, where we're going back out.
Yeah. I don't feel like we need to rob her sarcophagus.
Oh.
Not like the other one, right?
Right. Well, the other one, I was still looking for information.
I'm
You
sorry.
can justify that. Yeah.
No, that's I'm being silly. Don't take it personally. I mean, all adventures are tomb robbers. Let's call them what they are.
Yeah. Tomb Raider.
You know, it's funny because I've always wanted to play a wizard archaeologist and play the it belongs in the museum.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
One day I'll be blessed enough to do that. But until that time, here we are. We're back in the hallway. We have this hallway here. We're back in the rotunda. We have this hallway here. We're gonna go down that hallway, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's our last one.
All right. So when you go in here, you see the remains of broken spears that are hanging out of the wall. And they're on the ground. You go further and you get right here, you can see where that walls are pushed this way, as if some kind of force just did like this and just pushed the whole wall. And then on the floor, oops, that's not supposed to come up. There we go. Did you guys take a screenshot?
I'm not that quick.
Oh Lord. There we go. Oh, there it is.
I'm one of those people that, half hour later, I'm like, dang, I should have taken a picture of that.
it's bigger than what it is, right? Okay. So some kind of a force had pushed the
Yeah.
forward. And then at the end of the hall, you can see although you don't see it on the picture itself, there is a broken door on the floor. Or on the ground, excuse me. There on the stone. It's just lying right in here.
Okay.
You guys go in.
Yeah.
Walking in what was once a serene crypt now lies in ruins. 2 chipstone pillars grace the vaulted ceiling. Tombs are cracked open and reanimated corpses prowl the room. The center of the room's back wall is a dirtied and desecrated shrine bearing the image of a black scroll with a hand and an eye in the middle.
Oh boy.
And you see on the ground, there's an eye there. So they're kind of milling about like this way. And I'm gonna say, although you can see it on the map, that's hard to see there because it's you're gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
now that scroll, that eye that's there, that's been drawn onto that. It's painted in red and yellow ochre.
And it's painted on to what? What?
So against the here, at the center of the back room is a dirtied and desecrated shrine bearing the image of a blank scroll. Both,
Okay.
especially you, Caroline, know normally that's a shrine to Ogma, and it's been desecrated. And Ogma is the god of knowledge in Faerun and Toril.
Okay.
See, this is when we need to take a picture of that eye. All right. And how many of these creatures are milling around?
There are 7.
7.
Now, hold on a second. I want to check one thing to make sure I didn't miss that detail. I think it's there. There it is. Okay. All right. So they're all milling about the eye here. Just kind of just walking back and forth, bumping into each other, kind of reaching out, touching the pillar. They're just going around in the circle. Why don't you guys both roll religion for me? I want to see something.
15.
Nice.
6 for me.
Carolyn, Ogma deals in truth. In some religions, death is a lie. Maybe if the truth of the shrine is restored, rededicated, it'll deal with those zombies.
So, erasing the stuff that's drawn on there?
Or using
Maybe. Or what?
magic, some of your power.
Okay, I'm missing what you're trying to put down. How do I do that?
So maybe sacrificing some of your power, i.e. a slot.
Okay. Then I guess we try to do that.
Okay, so picture. You guys are standing here. 5, 10, 15, well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Somebody can get there in one movement and do what they're going to do. The zombies are there. We can assume they're going to react depending on where they are in their initiative and what's going on. So however you guys want to do that, it's up to you.
Well, I can definitely get there because with my feline agility, I have 60 feet of movement.
Right.
And then if I dash, it's 120.
And I guess, Caroline, you would have told her that about expending some of your power to do.
Yes.
Okay.
But it seems to me you're the one that has to go over there.
Well,
So
I mean, you have a spell slot. Could you? Right?
I do have spells. Yep. I do have slots too.
Would I know? Just, I mean, could she do it?
It's
Would it
not-
matter what level, what spell level spell slot or?
Just as long as a single spell slot.
All right. I will like rev up my feet
Okay.
and, run. Yeah, run over there.
So I'm gonna roll one die. Okay. So you start
Sure.
as soon as you cross the threshold, they start to move towards you. Now, go ahead and roll an initiative die. I want to see if you beat this. And then if I have to, I'll set up the table.
23.
You get there first. What do you do?
And I will like draw on some of my magic and try to thrust it into the scroll.
Okay. Name a spell. It doesn't matter what it is. Just for
Um,
I mean, it does. We have to actually spend the spell slot and use up the spell.
oh, okay, disguise self.
Okay, so you change yourself in however way that you want, and suddenly the energy leaps from you onto the scroll, and the eye starts to dissipate and comes off, and it falls on the ground as splotches of ink, and then the zombies just fall to the
That's good because I was trying to disguise myself as a zombie.
ground. Deelia looks like a zombie.
We should roll some check to figure out if I realize. I guess I'd have to realize because now there's no Delia. So
Because they fell and I'm standing.
Right. And now you can see the passageway this way, and then you're in this room.
you look good, Delia.
So the
Oh, thank you.
The shrine is now glowing with a white light. Until you leave this dungeon, you guys both have a +1 to all of your intelligence checks
Hmm.
and saves. Excuse me. So just note it somewhere. So you're, as long as we're in this dungeon now, you've been blessed by Ogma with a +1 to all of your anything based on your intelligence saves or checks.
Blessed by Agma. Okay. Try to keep track of that.
Now,
So the ink on the scroll came off. The floor is still painted like that, or
the it is carved actually, but it's not as
Carved.
vibrant. So this
Mhm.
is carved, but it's not as vibrant. It's kind
Got
of muted now.
Got
Quick question. Red, are you good on time still?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have till no, I have to be like walking upstairs at 6 p.m.
Okay. So we still got some time.
Yep,
I'd like to run again to use the restroom. I apologize, just drinking too much.
it's okay. Yeah.
Right back quickly. So,
Okay. Yep.
and we are back. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen again. Here, we have this long hallway here. And we're in this room, and then, like I said, the eye that's on the ground is muted, although it's been carved. However, it's now bright with Ogma's light. You've been blessed with +1 to any intelligence saves or checks, as long as you're in the dungeon.
Okay.
let's keep going.
Going down the hallway here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to go down the hallway, it gets dark towards the middle, almost to a point of blackness. Beyond it, you see these torchlight, and then you can see green light even farther beyond that. You get a sense of just feeling uncomfortable, kind of like you've eaten too much, you feel full, but it's not a good feeling like, oh man, I had a good bowl of spaghetti. It's not that feeling. You guys keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just checking. I didn't know if you guys were gonna do some perception investigation.
Well, we would be, maybe I should just say I'd be trying to check for anything suspicious looking.
I could assume that, but sometimes gameplay.
Yeah.
So just prompt me, and then you know what? I'm gonna sense it. We're not in karate. Sam, I'm gonna roll a check, and then just roll it and tell me the result.
Okay.
I believe I went to sensei in my head. And that sounds a little like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible, actually. Yeah. All right. So, go ahead and roll.
Let's see. Perception. Oh, 13.
13. You do not find any traps.
Okay.
Moving forward, you get to about here. Yes. Oops, wrong man. Get to about here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you roll wisdom.
Why these checks aren't working?
Wisdom. Wisdom or wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving throw. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, time to change these dice. A 7.
Okay. And you, sir?
An 8, I think.
Okay. So both of you are hit with a quick. You're just frozen. And after about 5 or 10 minutes, you come out of it. And you're back here. So when you kind of came to the green light, you're actually pushed back here.
Okay. Do I recognize what this green glowing thing is?
The effect feels similar to a whole person, and then a kind of a reverse misty step where someone else does it to you and pushes you out.
What I mean is the object itself, does that...
Oh, it's the form of a stretched skull, and then green light coming off of it and out. Now, I will describe what's across from it. It's a double door made of some kind of green tinged stone that is closed. Facing the double door is that large skirting skull. And when you look at it, you realize that it's missing. One of the eyes are missing. The other one has jeweled iris in it.
The skull on the door or the stretched one?
The skull on the stretched one.
Okay.
Stretched one. So stretch, but there's a socket there. There's a green jewel with an iris. The other one is missing.
Delia, you remember that blue gem you had?
Yeah. Do you think that goes in there?
It's worth a shot.
Do we even realize we were like frozen and moved?
Now I will say to you, the gem glows blue, the eye is glowing green.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a match or not because it's a different color.
Now you guys have some bags on you found, right? I think I remember that you have not looked through all of them.
I thought we did. We didn't?
One bag in particular you've not looked into.
Oh, the one that was dry?
Correct.
Oh, I thought that was
That was
that
just
other stuff
bag.
was in there. Okay.
I guess we'll look in there then.
I thought that's
who's gonna put their hand in that bag?
Kerryhlon would not think maybe as long as he should before putting his hand.
Put your hand in there. It's empty. However, when you pull your hand out, you have the same thing, the same orb that was in that socket.
Well, that's cool. He'd put it in then.
Okay, so when you walk in, the light from this actually pushes back the light coming from the skull, and you put it in there, and it sinks in and kind of wraps itself around it, and then the doors open.
Well, that's cool. But Kerryhlon's gonna walk through the door, but before that, he would just kind of, like I just said, that's cool. Kind of look at it, neat, kind of reaction.
Okay. And Delia, what do you do?
Well, where were we standing when was it when we entered the light
Right.
that we were affected?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm sorry, I didn't describe this. When you put the eye in the socket, that light disappears. So the light is gone now. I'm sorry.
But the door open?
The door opens,
Okay.
and then you see stairs going down into the darkness.
Okay, so we could go that way and I indicate past the stretch skull.
Now,
Or we could go that way and I point down the stairs.
now we're at a point where you have to go to level 4, otherwise things become. And I know that takes some time. Do you want to do that and maybe use some more time for a little bit more exploration, or do you want to level and pause here? It's your guys' choice. I'm good with either way.
Well, you're saying we should level before we explore too much more, right?
Absolutely. And this is an important level because we have feats and
Yeah, there's other decisions to make. And I have to look at my level 10 character to try to keep it a little consistent.
yeah, and I didn't pause that at that point because I know we have this over here as well. That's not been looked at. Not that I'm forcing you to go any which way. That's why I didn't level you previously, because it's not, now is the point to do that because we're going down.
If you want, we can metagame it and just go to the right and then
Okay.
finish that. I mean, I'm fine.
So let's say the door's open and we're going to go to the right. Okay. Fair. I like that. You guys are awesome. I don't care what other players say about you.
I'm sure our other players talk about us all the time.
Now, here's the best part. Are you ready? It's a large pool area that looks like a small amphitheater.
Ah! Stay away from there.
Good. So we come back.
We know that, I don't know if that's the same water thing swimming around or a new one, a different one. But we're going to stay away from that for now.
All right.
All right. So yeah, I think
we can do whatever at this point. I won't take long to level up, I don't think. But
Delia,
it'll take,
you got to do, Delia.
Yeah, it'll take me a little while to
okay, well then let's pause the session and we'll pick up next time and finish this. And we should be an hour in, maybe. Let me look at the map, my version of the map. No, I'm not going to say an hour in. We'll possibly an hour and a half in. So here's what I'm gonna ask you guys to do. We're level to 4. Do what you need to do there. We'll finish this part because this would be the second prelude, and then we will move into. So get your characters up to 10 and have those characters ready if you don't mind, because then we're going to move into the full story from that point on, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That works.
And then these magic items that you find here, if you find any more, I should say, can be added to your inventory, the level 10 inventory, when we shift to that.
Okay.
You do that at a break.
And we would keep whatever we had at that already and just add these to it.
Correct. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to say this at the end of the prelude. I'm just going to tell you what it is you have, unless you figure it out between the next, the beginning of the next session and the end of the prelude. If you haven't figured out what those other things you may or may not have are, I will just tell you what they are for your level 10 characters.
Oh, okay, yep,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
It saves time doing that as well.
Because at some point we'd had those things identified anyway, so.
Between level 4 and 10, you'd know, and we already
Yeah.
there was an adventure from the prelude to the Eve of Ruin, which we did with Iglewiv, that fills that gap.
Yeah,
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
all right,
Thank you so much, guys. I will post the video as soon as it's ready.
okay.
Where do you post the videos?
I'm gonna put it on my YouTube page in an unlisted section.
Okay.
Will not be shared publicly.
Okay.
Then I will post the link to it, and you can go directly to it so you can review it for yourself. So we'll have a video record of the thing, and that'll help all of us to stay on point with regards to how the sessions are running and the different details.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Show your friends if you want to. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate
All right.
it, and I'll see you in a month.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks. It was fun.
That was a lot of fun.